But the Looksmaxing community is one of the most insecure and sad communities I've ever seen in my life.
Why do they all look like that? It's like they're trying to put on a specific type of face. It looks weird. And they're all like pursing their lips and licking their lip.
What you just watched was a Looksmaxing or black pill edit of me because a few months ago I made a video about the cringe world of Looksmaxing, calling out
Oh,
how this
God.
Looksmaxing epidemic is pretty cringe and it's toxic because it's just making you hyper focus on these small things that you really shouldn't be worried about. No one's perfect, so why try to do all these things to be perfect? And me being right, these Looksmaxers decide to make an edit of me calling it cope and calling me a sub 5, saying that I'm ugly. And in that video, I also called them out for making these weird edits, flexing other dudes' looks, yet they wouldn't even show their face on their account. And when I did that, they would claim that I was proving the black pill right. When in that video, I never said that looks don't matter. I just said that looks aren't everything. And of course, if you're gonna sit there making videos of other people's looks, I would expect you to have your face on your account, especially when you're making fun of people's looks.
Yeah, I think we get a little too carried away nowadays with looks. And what I've noticed, and let me know if you agree with me. What I've noticed is the more people care about how they look on the outside, I've noticed they care less about how they look on the inside. Meaning people who are always trying to look good, and there's nothing wrong with trying to look good, but when you're obsessed with it, a lot of times you abandon other parts that help you look better, which, for example, your personality. Someone's personality can make them look 10 times better than what they look, even if you don't find them necessarily attractive. If you understand how they are as a person, it starts to grow on you a little more, right? Let me know if you agree with me in the comments, because I feel like, yes, looks do matter. We can't say looks don't matter. That's not true. Like, let's just be honest. It's definitely a plus. But if your personality is crap and you look good on the outside, it makes you look less attractive. Let me know if you agree with me in the comments.
Who have birth defects. Like, they made a whole edit on this one dude, basically calling him ugly and saying that it's over for him
What?
because he has a cleft lip. It's disgusting. Look, I may not be the most attractive guy in the world, but I have many other qualities that people will like. And I promise you, this dude who has a cleft lip as well has many qualities that other people would like.
Right,
Call it
right.
cope, but
I honestly feel like it's kind of weird that these dudes are over here judging other dudes on how they look when they don't realize it makes them look uglier when they're sitting around calling other people ugly. Like, the irony in that.
call it being grateful and being optimistic, which is what a lot of these looks maxers and black pillars lack. I'm grateful that I don't wake up every single day hating the way I look to the point where I'm smashing my skull in with a hammer. But honestly, if you're a looks
Crazy.
maxer and you hate my opinion on this stuff, make way more edits of me calling me chopped, all this stuff. The more you guys make, the more I'll make videos on this stuff. I'll make a whole video reacting to your guys' looks maxing edits of me. Please make them. That would be hilarious. But yeah, in today's video, we're going to talk about looks maxing once again. And later in this video, we'll actually take a look at the comments on my last video because a lot of people disagreed with me. Also, another thing, I can't lie, in that video, I did get a few things wrong. Like, I didn't know some of the terms for the certain facial bones, and also just some of the looks maxing terms and scales of looks maxing slash.
So this is like a real movement. This is my first time really checking it out and looking into it. If you already knew about it, let me know in the comments and let me know what you actually think about people who participate in looks maxing. Because there's nothing wrong with wanting to look attractive, but there's something wrong about trying so hard to look attractive that you do super crazy things just for your looks. Like, what is it going to do for you? If people like the way you look, that's good. Like, some people might not find me very attractive. I'm okay with that. Everybody can't be attractive to everybody, but I'm also not going to go out of my way to make sure you feel like I'm attractive. That's kind of weird. I feel like then I'm beholden to your perspective or your perception of me. That doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. And if you are doing this type of stuff, that probably means you care more about how people feel about you or about how you look. We got to grow up at some point, right? You can look as good as you want to, whether male or female, I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. Just realize that trying to do it for other people isn't necessarily the right thing to do.
Black pill. But my overall point was that this Looksmaxing stuff is cringe. And once again, don't get me wrong, looks do matter, but don't make it your top priority to the point where you're hitting yourself in the face with a hammer at 15 years old.
This is how to bone smash. I have my Sharpie here.
What?
See this area right here? Your cheekbones.
Are you
your
kidding me?
goes right here. I'm just gonna be marking where I'm going to be doing it. In these two areas, I'm just going to start hammering at this. I'm just going to be doing a shorter version. Normally, I do it 5 minutes on each side.
5
So
minutes?
10 minutes in total. I'm just going to do a short hammer. Yeah, you gotta brace your head.
This is a young guy hitting his face with the hammer to
Dude, he's a young kid. Oh, society is cooked. We're cooked as society. If we're doing stuff like this is crazy. This is wow.
look better. I don't care what your stance is, but you can't tell me that this is good. As a society, this shouldn't be something that's celebrated, in my opinion. While there is some science to it, they do this because of Wolff's Law, which is the principle that bones adapt their structure in the response of the mechanical stress placed on them. Some Muay Thai fighters actually do this to condition their shins. They'll kick hard metal poles to create microfractures so that when they repair, their shins just become even stronger. But again, I don't think this is good, especially to young men. Number one, you can get extremely hurt from doing this. Number two, you'll never be satisfied after it. You'll search for the next thing you can change. And number three, it's going to frame your entire worth around your appearance. And the day that you don't look good to the Looksmaxing standard, you're going to feel terrible about yourself. Like, hyper focusing on your looks is just going to drive you insane to the point where you're on these forums trying to see how to get rid of the left chin hair on your face because it stands out too much. That's what these Looksmaxers are on. These dudes could do every single tactic and get every single surgery in the world to look attractive, and they still wouldn't be satisfied. And that's a sad.
That's the crazy part too. We don't realize how trying to look good on the outside affects us on the inside, right? And we go so far when it comes to validation from other people. We don't understand that. Sure, you may over time, right now you might not be experiencing any complications, but over time it could be affected. You could be affected long term. And the question is it worth it? Is it worth it at the end of the day? If you feel it's worth it, go for it. It's yourself, it's your body. Go for it. I'm not going to bash you. I'm just saying, just make sure you're doing what you want because you want to do it and not for other people. Just saying.
Part about this, a lot of young men are going down this pipeline and it's toxic. Like the guy who was bone smashing in that recent video. That guy is young, he doesn't have his age or anything in his bio, but he looks about maybe 16, 17 years old. He's not even finished with puberty yet, and he's trying to change his facial structure. That is bad. And speaking of changing your facial structure, one thing that's popular with the Looksmaxing community is this thing called a double jaw surgery, which is a procedure done by doctors that repositions both the upper and lower jaws at the same time to correct severe misalignments and improve facial aesthetics. And this is something that's really only needed when you have a severe jaw misalignment, like a severe overbite or severe underbite. But these Looksmaxers glorify this surgery because the befores and afters are extremely dramatic, and it changes your bone structure and your side profile. And from doing this as a Looksmaxer, you can go from low on the scale to pretty high on the scale. A double jaw surgery / Bimax would genuinely change my life. And the crazy part is, this isn't even a bad looking dude. I promise you, he's probably pulling a bunch of girls, right? But he's so hyper focused on getting this double jaw surgery because he went down the Looksmaxing pipeline when in reality he doesn't need this double jaw surgery. I mean, look at the dude. He thinks that this double jaw surgery is going to make him look perfect when in reality, if he were to get this, he'd look for the next thing to get.
Who looks perfect? And even if you think someone else looks perfect, is it really perfect, or is it how you want to look? I feel like we're getting to a point in society where we're wanting to compare ourselves so much that we lose sight of the bigger picture. If you're focused on other people, don't they say comparison is the thief of joy? Right? I think I said that right. Yeah. But if you're focused on everyone else, you don't have time to focus on what really matters, which is you. So if you want to look like someone else so much, you begin to lose yourself at the same time. And that's not ever a good idea.
And the next thing to get, and he'll never be satisfied after that. And he's also acting like this thing can't go wrong. I mean, there's plenty of botched surgeries out there. I don't know, y'all may disagree with this, but I'm just not a fan of these surgeries unless they're really needed. Getting these surgeries in the hopes of going up on the Looksmaxing scale is just pretty stupid. This dude doesn't need surgery, he just needs character. He needs self-confidence. And I can see he already has confidence, you know? But just be confident enough in yourself that you don't need that double jaw surgery to pull even more girls. Maybe become funnier, maybe build more character. Building that character starts after you.
Like, looks can only get you so far. Do they give you certain perks? Sure. Absolutely. But when people get to know you, they have to like how you are on the inside as well. And this is why I was saying that before. You can look as good as you want on the outside. It's not going to do most of the heavy lifting, right? The looks will get you in the door. But once people get to know you and have to be around you, do they like who you are on the inside? If that answer is no, but the outside is yes, it's still a failing theory. Like it's not gonna help you get what you really want, right? Which is well, actually, I don't know what people really want. Some people do just want to be looked at and, awed after. But isn't it better to have people fall in love with you for who you are as a person? Well, it doesn't matter if it's in relationships or not. The better the better personality you have, the more of a chance that you're going to have to gain acceptance or even love, right? There's some people who aren't attractive and still have people who maybe are more attractive than them, but that person fell in love with them or is more attracted to them because of who they are as a person. There's plenty of examples where that happens. So don't think that either having money or, looks maxing or whatever it is, don't think it's going to get you girls. There are plenty of people that do not do it. There are plenty of guys that don't do any of this stuff and still get girls. So that shows you don't need to. So who are you really doing it for? Are you doing it for other men to say that, hey, his looks maxing, his looks maxing skills or level is up here, or I want to do it just like how he did it. Like, we got to start thinking about the motive. The motive matters. You don't need this, but it is your choice. You can do it.
That no one in this world is perfect, so why try to strive for perfection? In my opinion, you don't need all these extreme procedures done yourself. Groom yourself properly, have good hygiene, hit the gym, eat well, build good character, and that's really all you need. You don't need these extreme surgeries or dangerous tactics to pull women, bruh. And the whole reason I really wanted to revisit this looks maxing topic is because it's gotten even more popular since my last video. People are considering it mainstream now, because recently there's been an influencer popping off by the name of Clavicular, who's a 19-year-old, who's apparently the looks maxing god to these losers, and he's super dedicated to looks maxing to the point where it's taken over his whole life. Like, this guy is a teenager still, but his whole world is looks maxing. All he cares about is mogging, which, if you're unfamiliar with the term, it basically means to outshine whoever's next to you. Let's say me and you take a picture and I look better than you. That means that I mogged you. And that's this dude's goal in life, to look better than other people and to get compliments from other people from looking better.
Okay, but what's that gonna do for you? What is that gonna do for you? Yippee, you look better than someone. So?
I mean, the goal is to mog, okay? I just want to mog. I don't give a about getting girls. I don't give a about that shit. I want to mog people, right? I want to walk into a room and people are like, holy shit, look at this guy.
Like,
this is what I'm talking. This is main character syndrome. I'm leaving the link in the description because I made a video on this. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you check it out, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. People want to be the main character so much, and they're willing to make everyone else little props to support them and make them look like they are the most important. He just said he don't even care about getting the girls. So what are you maxing your looks for? Okay, maybe you may be into males. Maybe, you could be straight. You could be gay. You could be whatever you want to be. But what is the purpose you're doing it for? This is what I was saying from the get go. If it, you're just doing it for what reason? If the reason isn't if it isn't beneficial to the bigger picture, why are you doing it?
This is just sad. Maybe it's because when he was like super young, he just wasn't seen enough. So he feels that if he does all this stuff, he's going to be more seen. It's just sad. And you can see that this dude is insecure. And what makes me think this is a lack of attention even more is because, I mean, there was this clip I saw of him while doing the research of this, where he was bone smashing in front of his parents and they were telling this man to go away.
At that point in time, institutions sit down in the morning with their portfolio managers and their analysts and say, oh, they were going to make $6.
I'm not gonna lie, his parents are correct right there, bruh. I'd disown my son if he was bone smashing. This guy is the insecure final boss. Dude isn't even a bad looking dude. No matter how much looksmaxing this guy does, he could be the best looking person in the entire world. Yet you can tell he's still insecure. And that is sad. He'll never be secure with himself. And I can't lie, Clav definitely, like you can see, he's improved his looks from when he started to now. But you could also attribute that to puberty because I mean, the dude, I think he started when he was like maybe 16, 17 years old, somewhere around there. And now he's 19. And since Clav just wants to mog everyone to reach this goal of being at his best, he's doing everything possible, like wearing makeup, getting surgeries, taking steroids, and even doing math. But switch that A with an E.
Wait, is it true you do math? Somebody told me you do math too.
I do math, yes. So I do math to, basically suppress my appetite and try to get leaner. It's really not as bad as people think.
How do you take it?
Intranasally,
I'm sorry, what is that?
like up your nose.
This dude is snorting math to suppress his appetite. This is disgusting, man. There's something in me that wants to say that this dude is trolling, but I highly doubt that considering that he also used to hit himself in the face with hard objects. I'm not surprised why he thinks this is just something that's okay to do.
More power to anyone who does, do what you want to do. All right. At this point, like I say, society's cooked. It's cooked.